Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to follow up to the previous lesson because I got quite a few questions from friends who were watching it, and they were curious about the side hustle or the additional job that I mentioned, and I thought that it deserved a little more attention because a lot of us in this day and age want or need an additional income, and come on, who couldn't use additional money? So I thought it was important to share a resource that I've mentioned and found very useful to me and to those that I've shared it with. So first of all, if you're interested in subjects such as those covered thus far, please click on the subscribe button. And if you like the video towards the end, please click thumbs up. Really love to see it. Like anyone else, we want some praise, so really appreciate it. But what I want to talk to you about today is Coursera. Coursera is a website that offers training, skill training, what used to be referred to as vocational training, or is now often called career training. It is a website that offers cheap or free training to individuals, and you can pretty much work at your own pace. So you go on the website, you click on free training, you see what they offer there, and those trainings include, and I have my notebook here, not gonna lie, because there's a lot. Look. So free classes include those that are language related. So they've got Chinese, Korean, French, Spanish, Russian guys, Portuguese, sign language, business English, and telephone language. So we often think like, oh, but I know how to talk to people, so I could totally do customer service, or I'm really good, on the phone. But what we often don't realize is talking like I am now, kind of saying, yeah, hey, it's cool. You can't do that on the phone because it's not a professional manner, and because the person doesn't know you, and you can't just, be kind of cool buddy, we're all good. So you want to be professional, you want to talk in a specific way, and oftentimes I've observed that some individuals could use this training, or hell, when I've called companies to resolve issues, like I've mentioned before, I find individuals who do not know how to talk. And so oftentimes, they're reading a script, sure, but they're making it sound like very buddy, and we're not. Or they're just kind of lost and don't know how to respond to anything outside of the script. So that could really happen to any of us. And I found that it's not just foreign languages that we need because come on, we need to learn how to communicate appropriately for the situation. But foreign language, look at how much business United States is doing with China, or everybody really is doing business with China, and we're buying from them, and we've got partnerships, and we've got, we outsource to them, we outsource to other countries. So if you were to gain a skill that allowed you to support any industry based on language skills, you could have an additional job, an additional income, and that would easily, now that it's easier to learn a language, but it would easily allow you to gain that additional employment. I always recommend developing a skill or a skill set that you could apply that is useful to others. So if that is something you're going to do, you don't want to limit yourself to one thing that you're able to do, but maybe gain the kind of skill that you can share with industries across the board. So again, while speaking Russian or Chinese will allow you to interact with those countries or with those business partnerships, sign language will enable you to work with individuals in person or translate or televise or whatnot. So I always recommend figuring out what kind of skill you could potentially learn or are interested in learning, and going online, really putting some time in researching and figuring out what that skill could be applied towards, right? So any degree really, or any training, you should be able to see that, because we do not want to have just this wonderful niche that we're only going to be able to be in one, and then something like COVID happens and your business is just done and over. So again, you want to identify things that could be utilized across the board in multiple industries and multiple fields. So the free trainings of Coursera are languages. Now, they've got many certificates, and those I'm going to list and I'm going to read them off because there's no way that I'm going to remember all of them. So under the category of data science, they've got Python, SQL, Excel, machine learning, AI, and stock market. Who doesn't want to learn that? Business, they've got project management, digital marketing, accounting, and stock market again. Now, under computer science, they again list Python, but also Java, cybersecurity, C++, web development. Under information technology, they've got Google Cloud, Amazon Web Service, and ethical hacking. I don't know how it's ethical, but I'm sure Coursera could educate us. Language learning, they've got TESOL, they've got English for Career Development and Business English. Again, they're not just preparing you to pass some sort of, inner test of some company to get a job. They're preparing you to be able to apply yourself across the board and therefore share your skills with multiple potential companies, and that way guarantee that your additional job is going to be one of need for others and therefore ensure that you will have the job. Health, nutrition, exercise, child nutrition, well-being. How focused are we right now on well-being, on ours, on others, in our jobs? My day job, I know that we're constantly concerned with individuals that we work with. We want to ensure their well-being. We want to ensure that they are in a good place mentally, physically, and that they're able to take on the educational experience that they signed up for. In addition, we want to offer this to educators. So you really can't go wrong with studying this, and you can apply this anywhere. And I will say this, say you work in any industry, say you work in accounting, and you get trained in well-being, and you may just come to your boss and say, I have this training and I'd like to share it with others. You may not immediately get, a promotion or more money, but you will show yourself as someone of importance, someone that can deliver a service to the employer at no extra cost, and therefore also meet their need of ensuring the well-being of their staff and improving their business. Because when people feel good, they work well and they bring a return that is higher than what was previously delivered. Now, personal development. Hello, don't we all need that? We've got soft skills, public speaking, positive psychology. Again, public speaking, anytime you're talking to an employer, anytime you're presenting on behalf of your employer, anytime you're, in a Zoom call, you want to present yourself and the company for which you work in a positive manner, in a professional manner, in a manner that is going to work to build, again, relationships, partnerships, and connections. Physical science and engineering. We've got calculus, physics, and robotics. Can I just say that I could probably use one of each? But again, here's the thing. Maybe you're in college and you need some help with calculus, or maybe you learn calculus and then you tutor others. Right there, you just created a job for yourself. And in this day and age, after COVID, it's kind of like life before COVID and life after COVID. In this day and age, you could tutor people, sure, in person, but you could also tutor them online. And you can offer your services, you can advertise on Facebook, you can advertise on Instagram, all of that is free. And you are then in charge of your life, of your income, and you're building a business all of a sudden out of nowhere for $12.99 class that you took. Now, granted, you may need more practice, you may need to, really develop yourself in calculus, but come on, how much time do you have to put into that versus what the output would be and what your income would be because of that idea? You've also got, where are we? Social sciences, which is game theory, really interesting to me so far, intro to American law and economics. Again, learning about law is, I think, also a beneficial thing in any kind of problem-solving activities. And I always find that, certain articles, certain classes are great to take because they sometimes present an experience that someone else has had, and it's presented in a legal manner, and you could understand the law, the rules applied, you could understand how it was resolved, what, technology or what approach was used, whatnot. And then you can apply that in the future when resolving your own problems. So your learning would continue to build you as an individual, but it would also allow you to create potential employment opportunities for yourself at a very low cost, guys. And then we've got arts and humanities. We've got Photoshop, film, photography, and drawing. Again, if you want to develop yourself or you want to learn how to do something, learn photography. Go take pictures of people. Take pictures for people for Instagram. Take wedding photos. You know, again, an opportunity to develop and sell yourself. And one more, math and logic, probability, linear algebra, optimization. These would be excellent points for one to look into and potentially develop in, because again, anything you learn enables you to apply yourself and earn money. And then one more thing I want to cover with you guys is that you could use these trainings, these newly acquired skills for a side hustle. Sure, you know, it's your weekend thing, your after work thing, your before work thing. You know, you've got an hour free here, an hour free there, you fill your time, you earn extra income, it's your side hustle. Bravo, fantastic, that's a good one. But you can also do consulting for small businesses. And I've trained people in the past to reach out to small businesses. How do you do it? Honestly, my biggest aha moment was when I realized that I could use Yelp. Go on Yelp, look at businesses in your zip code, and look at the business's reviews. If you find one that is good and it's got good reviews in a sense that people share their experiences pleasant with the employees, the staff are friendly, people are supportive, that's great. That may be a great place for you to work, because you're going to see that your side hustle or your, you know, consulting gig is going to allow you to work with people who are positive in a good environment. But also consider reaching out to the companies that have lower reviews, because what that means is they want to improve and they need to improve and they need to do it quickly before they lose all of their customers. I recently looked up a nail salon, and if I showed you the reviews, you would just say, wow, anybody even go there yet still? But people do. And I found the reviews horrible. Like, the waiting time is insane. People are rude, unprofessional. Appointments mean absolutely nothing. It's dirty. I mean, the list went on and on. And if you see these things and you match your skill set to address those things, you could call up the company, ask to speak to whoever's in charge of hiring, present yourself and say, look, I have the skill set. I've seen your reviews. I see where you need help, and I could help you. And that is a way to build a business. Now, say this person can't afford to spend a lot, whatever. Make some sort of deal with them. Possibly get a percentage of the return. Possibly take a lower pay rate. But if you help this company, you can help additional companies. They will recommend you to their friends. And you will therefore build a business. When people realize you can actually deliver and you have a track record of delivering, they're not against paying. Because come on, all these businesses already put money into staff, into rent, into insurance, into taxes, all these good things. So hiring you is not a huge problem if you can show that you can deliver. Delivery is key. Now, starting a small business. Again, starting a small business in today's day and age, you've got Instagram, you've got Facebook, you've got Twitter, you've got Tumblr. I mean, all these things, TikTok, Snapchat, you know, you name it, we've got it, right? And a lot of it you can do for free. And you can utilize your friends to share your information, your stories, your account. If you post good things, they automatically will. I'm not recommending you ask them to, which you can, but people often will share when they see something that is useful to others or of interest. So again, you can utilize the internet to build yourself up, to advertise your services, and it's not an investment. And if you do decide to pay for advertising, it's not so expensive. So you can, again, develop yourself and your business. Now, another one, teaching others. So like I said, that you could do it with individuals online, you could do it in person, but you can take different approaches here. If you learn calculus, you can educate people on how to solve math equations, and those would be school-aged individuals. But you can also learn subjects that will allow you to teach others how to solve problems. How do you do that? By solving them. So if you find that you learned how to, I don't know, reduce business or a company's level of anxiety of their staff, if you teach that to them, their business will improve, like I previously said. And it just becomes kind of like a lot, you know, this big circle of how you can apply your knowledge, because you can also tutor and you can solve problems and you can help businesses and you can build a brand. There's so much you can do. But the whole point is that learning a new skill gives you opportunities. You're not just going to be recognized for being fantastic and earn money that way. No. But if you have a skill set that you can market and you continue to grow, you can do it. Now, maybe you already have something. Maybe you don't need to be trained in anything. Great. But I don't know a single person that couldn't benefit from learning an additional skill. And that is what I wanted to share with you today. I think it's very important that we continue growing and developing, and that also raises a level of excitement in us that allows us to go to a job interview and not be, yes, I've done this before and I do really well and people like me, but rather gives you the ability to be excited and enthusiastic and say, yeah, I just learned this. You know how cool it was? And by the way, we learned this, and I found that even in my life, it did this. So the continuous development allows us to also be positive, energetic, and fantastic, but backed by skill, education, and ability. I hope this helped. If you take a class on Coursera, I would love to know what it is. If you take a free language one, I haven't taken one yet, but I truly plan to because I already take Spanish that I pay for in a school. But this may be an additional area where I could, continue learning for free. And I just think it's fantastic to continue to develop. So if you found this useful and you take a class, of course, share it with me. Click subscribe, thumbs up, the whole deal. And I really do hope this information helps you because, come on now, who couldn't use an extra income? Have a great day. Bye.